Because I just be feeling like sometimes I gotta speak up because, as far as straight people in the world, you don't have an opinion on homosexuality. Everything is harm. If you say anything, I'm straight, I like women, it's vulgar to.
I don't know that that's vulgar.
That ain't true.
Yes.
No, but I just think
you can't brag on.
I just
really
think
smashing
that ain't
on
true.
your sexuality.
I don't think anybody has a problem.
It's ran by.
Boosie rappers been talking about
LGBTQ
fucking women forever in videos and they songs. That ain't changed.
I know it's a different day now. You can't just like the baby, like bro, like how many times you been on set? All y'all DJs, and you heard somebody say, "If you ain't got AIDS, make noise," in the whole club.
Oh no, you're right. That's true. That's true. But it's a different time.
No, it's a different time, and because he's one of the biggest. So they try to make examples out of people, so the next person who blow like this, you gonna go with this. And I feel, they're attacking our children. You make all the other, you make everybody support this. Who love these rappers?
The kids?
The kids.
Yeah, but
you make every rapper go with it. If every rapper go with it,
I heard
you grab that generation. I know I loved every rapper when I was little. I loved every rapper. You know what I'm saying? I try to copy what they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's a new day now, and I just feel like they pushing it on our younger generation.
Listen, I love rap, I love hip hop, I love our culture. But I saw you say that you feel like he is a negative influence. Why are we acting like rappers haven't been negative influences for years? Whether it's talking about murder, celebrating the drug culture, the gang culture, violence against women, like we just as negative. So how is he the person that you decide to point at and say, "Oh, you're ruining it for the kids"? What have street rappers done to the kids?
I really get offended when it was like he was saying that he would go up there and perform naked in front, all the shit, all the people. And I was like, damn, all these straight people in the world, all these millions of kids gonna watch this, and no straight rapper ain't gonna say, hey, nah, nigga, nigga, we don't want you on that TV. Nobody's not gonna,
Yeah, I don't understand that logic, Boosie. I saw you say that people be trying to be straight. How you try to be straight? If you're straight, you ain't gotta try to be. I don't care.
Run it back again.
On the video, you said people trying to be straight. You said Lil Nas will dance in front of the men, and these little boys trying to be straight. I'm like, how you try to be straight?
No, I'm just saying as far as if you got your kids watching TV, would you want, if you trying to straight raise strong young black men, would you be cool with your kids sitting there watching it?
Strong black men not gonna be.
Would you be cool with sitting there, if you trying to raise that, and would you be cool and sitting there watching Nas X go up there and take his clothes off?
What age we talking about?
You're part of the problem.
What age we talking about? Because I don't want my kids looking at anything sexual at a certain age.
Yeah, at a certain age.
But once they get to a certain age, nothing wrong with that.
Man, girl. I want my kids.
Because by the way,
I'm just saying this is a nasty.
Yo, so you seen it? Hit that thumbs up button. The so-called interview with Lil Boosie this morning. It didn't help that he was incoherent and he was high as hell. I knew they were gonna do this, and they were gonna paint him into a corner. And I applaud Boosie for going up there and speaking his mind and not being afraid of being quote unquote canceled. Because first of all, diehard Boosie fans would never cancel him because they had the same views. But the industry, they've already taken him off social media and whatever. I applaud him for having the guts to say what he said, but he was the wrong person for this conversation and this interview. Yeah, I don't think any rapper should really be in this interview or in this conversation at all, because especially a gangster rapper, because they're always going to put up the contradiction. You talk about guns, sex, and violence in your music, because all sin is equal, if we being honest. All sin is equal. Now, I grew up on gangster rap. Did any rapper I grew up on ever made me go out here and pump a pack, sell drugs, slap a girl, pimp a... No, because I always knew it was an art form. When I watch Al Pacino, I know he's not really killing people on Scarface. So, I mean, the influence, you can't really tie it in. To me, someone who's anti-industry should have been in this interview. He should have brought someone up there. You know, I don't know who he knows, but this was probably the worst example Boosie has put on since when he did that Mike Tyson interview and he brought up Dwayne Wade's son and he backed him into a corner. A gangster rapper can never really win an argument like this because they're always going to bring up what you put out there also. Unless you over the top conscious, unless you KRS-One, Chuck D, or somebody like that, Nas, nobody from the industry can really afford to speak on this matter. This is a good conversation that needs to take place, but this was the wrong person at the wrong time at the wrong place. And you know Breakfast Club already got endorsements from the alphabet community, so you know I remember they had two boy dolls in the background smashing each other. I mean, just everything. The silicone butts. Breakfast Club is pro alphabet. You already know that. And if you really watch their formula, they only bring people up there that they either can rub elbows with and get a rub off of them, or people that they can manipulate and put in a corner. Anyone who ever went on that show that put their foot up their ass, they never got a second invitation. Monique never got invited back. Beanie Siegel never got invited back. Angela Staten King never got invited back. Nobody that really, Dame Dash, anybody that ever went up there and they couldn't bully them, they never get a comeback interview. Why is that? You know why. They brought Lil Boosie up there because they know Lil Boosie, and I'm not knocking him, but he is uneducated. He doesn't have a high school diploma, and he's not articulate. He wasn't the right person to go up there to talk about this subject matter. As a parent, he has every right, and as a human being, to have his opinion. And he should have came up there and said, y'all speaking to whatever my government name is, the parent, not Lil Boosie, the rapper. And if he would have came up there with that approach and was coherent, probably would have had a better chance. But he came up there high and was in Lil Boosie character mode, and they got him. And it's like, to me, a street rapper can't win an argument with this because they're always going to paint you into that corner. Like, I was listening to MREC TV going in on Conway the Machine for wearing a skirt. And he said, I can't have my son look up to this guy anymore. And I'm like, hold up. First of all, your son should have never looked up to a gangster rapper. We got too many fatherless kids. It's one thing, we got a lot of fatherless kids looking up to artists and athletes. They looking for guidance. That's one thing. But if your parents are in the house, those should be your role models. I didn't look up to gangster rappers as much as I loved the music because my parents were in my life. And if you are in your kid's life, your kid should be looking up to you, not some street rapper. But going back to that, he was like, yeah, my son can't look up to him no more because of that picture. I said, hold up. So it was okay when he was selling dope and talking about killing niggas? Like, we got to be honest here. Like, the industry, the music industry, it is a big contradiction. And no rapper, street rapper, should really be in there on this conversation because you're not going to win the argument when they bring that point up. You know, bring Claude Anderson up there and let him talk about this. Bring Angela Staten up there. They tried to tell that woman for an hour that her son, who hasn't had a sex change, is a female. And she shut him down. You know, bring Judge Joe Brown up there. Bring some articulate, educated people who know how to speak, who are media savvy, who you won't trap in a corner with all kind of stupid questions. I mean, they basically tried to grill Boosie like some integration. It was a 3-on-1 handicap match, WWF style. 3-on-1 handicap match. And it doesn't also help that Lil Boosie he ain't doing all good because he's out here trying to get people to take a vaccine shot to go to his concert next month. So it's like the industry is as crooked as itself, and it's like there's no good apples in the industry. Everybody got some bullshit that they pushing. So to me, this was a conversation of an expert, someone with expertise and education should have been up there speaking as a parent. And when he asked Charlamagne, is it okay for your kid to watch? As long as of a certain age. Charlamagne said of a certain age, it's okay. Now, mind you, Charlamagne's a father of 2 daughters, I believe. So at a certain age, it's okay. And maybe because he has daughters and he doesn't have boys, maybe that's why he feels so loosely about this. I don't think you can look at it any different if you have a girl more than if you have a boy. But yeah, I didn't even listen to that whole interview. I cut it off right after that because I said, yep, that's exactly what I knew they was going to do. They was going to paint him into a corner and try to make him look stupid. And now nothing got accomplished in that interview. You know, but the initial reason Boosie went up there is to promote that damn Boosie bash, and he's trying to get everybody vaccinated to go to the show. So like I say, everybody in the industry got some kind of bullshit that they pushing. But to me, I want to see a real educated black person go up there and handle this situation and talk about this. Have a real panel on this discussion, not someone who's in the same sick, twisted industry. Because even though Boosie might not be pushing he might not be selling you the same, lemonade that Lil Nas is selling, but he's selling something else too. They all selling some kind of toxic shit to us. So, I credit Boosie for going up there and saying his mind, and speaking his mind, because a lot of people are afraid to say how he feels. And it's funny, you ever see someone talking and you know what they're trying to say, but they're just not articulate enough to get it across to everybody? That's what it was like. And it's like, man, Boosie needed someone there who really knew what the fuck they was talking about to back him up, and he didn't have that. So he came out there and he lost. It was a 3-on-1 handicap match. He got stomped out. Interference probably was going to happen also. It was a bad look. And to me, Boosie didn't do himself any favors by doing that interview. He should have just he should have came up there, but someone else should have been up there with him. You know what I mean? Boosie does have a good positive message, I believe, for parents' sake, for parental sake. But you got to have somebody up there that know what they're talking about. Because when you talking to slick talking niggas like Charlamagne and them, they going to always find a way to corner you and to make you look like a jackass. So let me know what y'all think about Lil Boosie on the Breakfast Club in a 3-on-1 handicap match for the TV title.